All right. So as Jason mentioned, we're promoting everyone to panelists, so that way you can have your camera on and fully participate. I'm going to kick us off with a little bit of an introduction about reElivate for anyone who doesn't know who we are. I'm Lex. I'm the head of host operations. It's my job to find the best virtual experiences for our corporate clients. reElivate was born out of a need to connect virtually, and it's our goal to be your go-to marketplace for fun. We host experiences for team bonding, client engagement, remote celebrations, and rewards, enabling you to create lasting connections that go beyond staring at a screen. Our clients are normally looking for virtual experiences ranging from games to entertainment to cooking classes, tastings, wellness offerings. So if you're looking for something unique, don't hesitate to contact us. Drag Queen Bingo, Caviar Flights. We're building a deep catalog of vetted events for you, including this one. So today, we're demoing one of our most popular experiences from our entertainment offerings with Norm, founder and CEO of Improv Asylum from Boston. And I'm really excited for y'all to experience this. So please enjoy.
Hello, reElivate and the reElivators that are out there. I don't know what the term would be. I like that, reElivators. I've just trademarked that, Jason. You cannot have that. What is going on, everybody? My name is Norm Lavalette. I am a co-founder and CEO of a place called Improv Asylum in Boston, Massachusetts, as well as New York City. Now, as was said earlier, you know what would be great is if you could all go ahead and turn those cameras on. Just turn those hit that little button, turn those cameras on. I know you can do it. Come on. There we go. Come on, Christine Cousins, you can turn that camera on. Lindsay McFarland, there you go. Annie, Celeste is there. Carrie, Erica, oh, Charlene, get those cameras on, everybody. Come on, I know you can do it. Very nice. It makes everything, really, it makes everything better for me. And that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to make it as good for me as I can. But no, it works better if you can go ahead and turn those cameras on so that I can interact with you. Great. So this is who I am. My name is Norm Lavalette. As I said, Improv Asylum. By show of hands, like wave your hands or whatever, has anybody been to a show at Improv Asylum before here in Boston? Okay, yeah, a few of you. All right, and then a few of you are like, no, I've never heard of it, and I don't know what that is. And that just means we have to do better marketing. So yes, let me tell you who we are and what we do. Pre-apocalypse, we were an improv comedy theater, and we still are. But what we do when we perform live, it's improv comedy. So what we do is we take suggestions and ideas from the audience, and we turn them into scenes and songs and stories right on the spot without a script. It's a ton of fun when we can see it live, and it's also a ton of fun now when we do it virtually. Yes, is it a different feel? Well, of course. We've all lived through the same thing for the last year. We understand, but yet we've really kind of worked pretty hard on transferring that to the virtual realm. So we have done that. To give you a little bit more history about the theater itself, Improv Asylum, we've been around now for 23 years. We, as I say, pre-apocalypse, we had shows 7 nights a week. I'll give you an idea. On a Saturday, we would do a 5 o'clock show, a 7:30 show, a 10 o'clock show, and a midnight show called Raunch. Very funny. That's not your corporate-friendly show, everybody. If you want that one, you're paying extra. But that's kind of who we are and what we do. The company's really grown over the course of the 23 years. Yes, we do live entertainment, but we have several other business lines. So we have a training center. So we teach the art of improvisation. So, I'm sure you're all working at very wonderful and successful companies. If you'd like to throw that all away, Mark Trudeau, and learn how to make very little money in a basement theater, we're your guys and girls. We can teach you how to do that and, live your best life. If COVID has taught us nothing, now's the time to say, I am going to become a ballroom dancing star. I am going to become, right? This is what we have to do. So we have that training center. It's like an adult education type of center. And so we have that. And then we have what we're talking about here together is the corporate side of what we do, which is typically involves corporate entertaining and corporate training. So I think the corporate entertaining, we understand what that is. We improvise, but we improvise for a team, company, group, something like that. When we do our corporate entertaining, we're improvising, but we also get a bunch of background from the organization, and we work some of those themes and ideas into our improv show. There's also the training aspect of it. And the training aspect of it is probably one of the most popular things that we do. And prior to, this last year, live, we do this all around the world. So, in the last year prior to the shutdown, we were working in China, in Dubai, in Germany, in Ireland. So it's pretty cool. And what I like where we're at now is, while I think some of that business will start to come back, we're always going to have this component. And I think that that's it's a positive, because now, yes, we can have people live, and for those that can't make it, we can do the streaming aspect of what we do. To give you a sense of the companies that we work with, this is where I have to brag, because our business development salesperson is like, say all the names of the clients. And I'm like, I get it, Bob. I get it. I understand. We got to say the client names, right? But we work with people like Bank of America, Fidelity, Red Bull, PwC, Boston Consulting, Google, Twitter, all the blue chip companies that are out there. And that is just a very, very small smattering of who we work with. New England Patriots, Boston Celtics. So we have a really great roster of folks that we've worked with. What we're going to do today is we're going to demonstrate, give you, just a little taste, just a little kiss of the kind of stuff that we do, right? To give you a sense of who we are and what it kind of looks like. So first, I'm going to shift into the training aspect of it, the corporate training. So I'm sure many of you are involved with the planning of your corporate training, your team building events, things of that nature. I'm sure you've probably heard of the idea of improv corporate training before. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. So what is that? When we do an improv training, are we teaching your people, the corporate people of America, how to be improv comedians? No, we are not, okay? I cannot do that in 2 hours, and I'm insulted that you think it's that easy. I spent my whole life doing this, and you think you can do it in 2 hours? Well, you can't, Jackie, you can't. It takes time, all right? But what we do is we focus on the skill set that allows us as professional entertainers and ultimately professional communicators to work with teams, both teams and individuals. So when we talk about improv, okay, really that can be a scary word when people hear it. Like, oh, improv, oh, am I going to have to jump around? No. If you just take that word out and you say communicators, right, that's what we do. So to paint the picture of how it looks if you were to come down to Improv Asylum live, it's a basement theater, right? So you're going down into the basement of the North End. It's like a bomb shelter down there. It's perpetual night. Okay, and then you go back in there, and it's a 200-seat theater. And that theater, it's on the floor, and we're surrounded on 4 sides by 200 drunk people, and they're yelling things at us. It's the definition of a hostile work environment. If people are drunk and yelling at you at your workspace, go see HR. That shouldn't be happening. But for us, we call that Friday, right? And so oftentimes the question is, well, how? How do we as performers, as creatives, how do we deliver consistently comedy without a script in such a pressurized environment? And what we're doing is we're actually using a communication skill set that you're not necessarily seeing at the top line. You're enjoying it as an audience member. And so what we're doing is we've worked very long and hard for many, many years to develop this same kind of skill set. And all we're really doing on stage is we're quickly negotiating, deciding, coming to an agreement, and moving an idea forward together. That's the central crux of how we improvise. Yes, of course, we're being fun and funny, and we're holding narratives, and we're singing songs, but that underlying skill set is what we teach when we teach corporate training. And that skill set can be applicable to any teams whatsoever, right? So that's kind of how that works. Again, sometimes you may have in your own companies, your own pastors, say, ooh, I don't know, improv, that's going to be scary. Well, here's the thing. This is what I like to say. We're gonna do a couple exercises, and I'm gonna pick some people to help me out here. So when I say that, already some people are like, what? You're gonna get picked to do something? Everybody, hold on, relax, okay? What I like to say is, there's no pressure here if I ask you to do something with me or with one of the actors that we're going to be working with. There's no pressure to be funny. As we even like to say, don't even try to be funny. Because if you try to be funny and you're not, it's awkward for everybody on the Zoom. Okay, so don't worry about that. We're not going to be funny. We're going to practice these kind of skill sets. All right, is everybody good on that? Everybody functioning? All nod your heads so I know that you're not like just weird memes and just playing in the background. Great. Excellent. Can you give me another view, Ed, just so I can see who else is in around here? Oh, that's a nice view. There we go. Page 2, page 3. Great. So what we're going to do is you know, in improvisation, well, yes, we're making things up, there are some skill sets or some rules that we at least initially learn. And I'm going to demonstrate some of those rules. And I'm going to give you a tool that we use that is kind of the golden rule to make us successful. But before I can show you that, I've got to show you the negative aspect of it. I've got to show you what doesn't work and talk a little bit about why it doesn't work. So let's do this. Let's go. Ariella, is that how I say that name? Ariella Weinbach?
Yes, you actually said it perfectly. Thank you.
Oh, great. Wonderful. All right. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. All right. Very nice to speak with you, Ariella. Ariella, what organization are you with?
reElivate. Am I allowed to be a participant, or do you want to pick something else?
How dare you, Ariella? Now it looks like you're a plant. No, it's totally fine. That's an organization, and it's a good organization to be a part of.
I think so.
So you're going to be our first demonstrator, and that's great that you're with reElivate, because now it takes the pressure off of everybody else that is just going, well, at least he didn't pick me, right? Oh my God, Peyton, what a beautiful Boston Terrier. That is a good-looking dog. I'm getting distracted. All right, so this is what's going to happen, okay? In a second, I'm going to have you have a conversation with our actor, and this is our actor. Why don't you say hello? Hi, that's Jeremy. Okay, that's our actor. You're going to be having a conversation with him. And you're not acting, you're not doing a scene, you're just having a very simple conversation. You're going to offer out a first line of dialogue. When Jeremy responds, he is just going to negate, disagree, or deny with whatever it is that you say. Okay? So you might say, it's nice out. He might say, no, it isn't. It's a terrible day out. Don't worry about it. When you respond, you're going to negate, disagree, or deny with whatever Jeremy says. You might say, no, it's a nice day out. And that's it. You're not going to ask questions. You're just going to negate and disagree. It's going to go on for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. No big deal. And then I'll explain why we're doing it that way. Okay, so let's do this. Katie Collamore, are you there? Hi, Katie. Unmute yourself for me.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
What organization are you with, Katie?
I'm with Fiandella Malone in La Serafina. FML, for sure.
That's a lot. I'm just going to say, I believe you. All right, good. So what I would like from you, this is very simple, Katie, what is a location that two people could be at where they would know each other? Like a coffee shop or something like that.
Anywhere. The bar.
Yes, Katie, the bar. It's already past noon. I like it. All right, you can mute yourself again. There we go. So, Ariella, so your location, you and Jeremy are going to be at the bar, and that just gives you something to talk about, right? So that you can offer out, you know, so you don't have to just think of anything off the top of your head. Offer out that first line of dialogue, and we'll keep it in negation for like 10, 15 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Ariella.
Okay. Hey, why is the TV on in here? I don't want to watch sports.
Oh, sports is all there are that's on, and it's funny because on your profile you said you love sports.
I can't stand watching sports. Maybe hockey, nothing else.
Wow, it seems like you lied so many times on your profile. I'm not sure you are who you said you are.
I didn't agree to meet you here, so I'm confused about why you're looking at my profile. I think that's
I'm on a date
pretty creepy.
I'm on a date because I met you on Tinder and you lied. And now I'm wondering if you are even who you say you are or if I'm talking to a stranger.
Scene, we'll end it right there. Very nice job. Everybody applause into the camera for Ariella. Very good. There we go. Applaud. Awesome job, right? So we know Ariella did a great job of following directions, which was keeping it negative, right? So functionally, she did it perfectly. She did it exactly right. From a scenic standpoint, though, right, did the scene go anywhere? And I would argue that it did not, right? And it can't. It's by definition. Every time Ariella offered out an idea, which was a good idea, right? Because all ideas are good, or at least in the inception, they can be accepted. Each time, Jeremy, as directed, negated her. And then we went back to square one. And what we know in improvisation is that if all we do is negate ideas right out of the gate, we have nowhere to go, right? That's number one. Number two, Ariella, I bet you started feeling a certain amount of frustration, right? Because you're like, I don't know, I'm throwing out these ideas, and you're just negating them, and you're like, and all the work is going to you. What we know in improvisation is if all we do is negate right out of the get-go. We have nowhere to go, and it also breeds frustration. And that's the same in any kind of team meeting, right? If I'm having a meeting where we're talking about ideas, if I, as a leader, am just constantly from the hip, first instinct to shoot things down, just recognize that you may have some unintended consequences. And that is, number one, it tends to stilt the conversation and the idea exchange. And number two, what it also does is it kind of makes people not want to offer any ideas whatsoever and feel bad about themselves. So you just want to be careful at the very beginning. Am I saying we don't say no, or you can't say no, or you can't point out why ideas are wrong? No, of course you can do that. You just got to know when. And at the very beginning is not when. Great job, Ariella. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
Let's try something else here. So I love all the people that don't have their cameras on because they think that they're immune from being picked. But maybe it's the opposite, Colleen, who doesn't have her camera on. Colleen, are you there? Colleen, can you turn your camera on? Colleen? Colleen is saying no, she cannot. How about Supreet? Supreet, are you there? Would you turn your camera on for me? And again. And it's really great because I just did like this big training event about an hour and a half ago for BU, and somebody panicked when I was talking to them, and they just jumped off the call entirely. I've never seen that. They're like, and they just went off. I'm like, sorry about that, everybody. All right. Well, we'll have to go with the people that are on camera.
Talk to the woman with the terrier.
Where's Peyton? Peyton, you have the terrier. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. Oh my God.
Well,
Peyton, where are you zooming?
I am in Laconia, New Hampshire, but normally in Boston. This is Lake Winnipesaukee back there.
All right. You gearing up for Bike Week, Peyton?
I don't know what that is, so definitely not.
Okay, all right, great. But you did it, and improvisationally you did it exactly right. You're like, sure, yeah.
Sure.
Laconia is known for their very big International Motorcycle Week. Happens somewhere in June or July.
Well, I know what bar they go to. It's called the Looney Bin. It's a biker bar that's like right over here. It's fantastic.
Yep. All right, good. We are on the same page, Peyton, and it looks beautiful there. So, Peyton, what we're going to do, all right, you're going to help me out demonstrating something else. So just like Ariella did, you're going to have a conversation with Jeremy. But this time, what I'm going to ask, okay, is that, Peyton, whenever you have a line of dialogue, I want you to make it a question, okay? So whenever you speak, you're going to be like, do you want to get a coffee? Right? That's a question. Would you like to get a coffee? Jeremy, when he responds, is not going to answer your question. He's going to respond to your question with a question. You're not going to answer his question. You're going to respond to his question with a question. It's going to be question after question after question. I went to UMass Amherst. I also know this as a drinking game, right? Drink while you think. I don't advocate abuse of alcohol in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying I went to UMass Amherst. So that's what I want you to do, right? Human nature is going to have you want to answer the question. Just try to ask another one. You got it?
Let's do it.
Cracking? Oh, yes, very good. All right, so let's go with, can we go, Aaliyah? Aaliyah. Are you there with me?
I'm here.
Wonderful, Aaliyah. Aaliyah, what organization are you with?
Deloitte.
Deloitte. Oh, we love the Deloittes of the world. Very nice place. We've done work with Deloitte in the past. Aaliyah, what is a location where two people can be at where they would know each other, like a bar?
The park.
Yes, the park. Thank you, Aaliyah. Great job. You can go ahead and mute yourself. Peyton, we didn't hear from you. Where are you? What organization are you with? This is your chance to promote.
I am from Fortimize.
Fortimize?
Yeah.
What does that do?
We are a Salesforce consulting company, and the dogs have multiplied. The other one wanted to join, so now you have both dogs.
Are you breeding dogs in Laconia?
I have a cloning machine.
This is amazing. Fortimize is just a replicator of animals. That's really great. Okay, so your location is at a park. You get the first line of dialogue, and let's just keep it in questions. Go ahead.
Do you like that tree over there?
Which one?
Do you know how to swim?
Is there a lake here?
What do you think about Cocoa Puffs?
Cocoa Puffs. Do you mean the cereal?
Do you like milk?
Were you trying to Were you trying to feed me milk?
Were you interested in
Why do you
drinking
ask?
milk? Do you have a car?
Do you have a lactose intolerance because someone made a mess?
That's fine. Erica, can you unmute yourself? Oh, you went right back.
I am unmuted.
Oh, hi, Erica. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good. What organization are you with?
Sleepy Pod Pet Products.
Oh, you need to talk to Peyton.
I
She
know, right?
is cloning dogs at a rate that I've never seen before. So you two need to connect. Okay, good. So Erica, what is a location two people can be at where they would know each other?
A PTA meeting.
A PTA meeting. So we're at a PTA meeting. Mark, just keep it in statements and then in yes and we'll see where it goes. Whenever you're ready.
So, usual crowd today, huh?
Yes, I'm excited to see everybody's here for the agenda. I'm glad that we are able to tackle the most pressing issues facing our school today.
Yes, and it seems
Yes.
like we're making progress on deciding where to have the Christmas party.
Yes, and I have to admit, I have a bias. I want the entire town and the school to come to my house this Christmas.
Wow, yes, and if we did that, then it'd be really crowded, which tends to be a lot of fun.
Yes, I think once everyone gets vaccinated, I want to get up in there. Yes, and yeah. And we're gonna find some new diseases at my Christmas party.
Well, we'll spawn a new round of vaccine development that'll be great for the economy.
Scene
Yes.
right there. Excellent job. Very nice job. Round of applause for. Don't do those things. So, John, you are going to be the person that's going to give us a suggestion. So to get ourselves started, John, what is something that you really enjoy doing when you're not CEOing? Like, you know, when you're away, you're like, man, if I could give it all up and just do X, what would you be doing?
I'm a big skier.
All right, you're a big skier. All right, and is there any particular place? Are you a West Coast guy, West Mountain guy, East guy, anywhere you can go?
I'll pretty much go anywhere, but the West Coast is better than the East Coast.
Ooh, John, how dare you? How dare you speak the truth? That is true. It is. All right, so we're going to take the idea. Thank you, John. You can go ahead and mute yourself. We're going to take the idea of being a big skier to start the scene, and I'll be ringing the bell.
All right, tips up.
Tips up.
Tips up.
Oh, tips down. Tips
down.
Playing dangerously.
Oh, of course. You know what? You know, if we're skiing, we're living. Okay, we gotta go crazy.
I want you to take a note of that little mogul right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's where I broke my femur.
That's the one.
That's where I broke my tibia.
That's the two.
That's where I broke my neck.
Good for you.
Yep.
I'm happy we're back on the slopes.
I want to show that mogul that I am in fact resilient.
Yeah, I'm happy they named it after you. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I think the plaque is more of a hazard to other skiers.
You know what? It's the picture on it, though. It's the fact they have a 3D molding of you. It's the fact that it's an actual statue. You kind of look like Bobby Orr.
Yeah, but people are literally hitting it, and now they're breaking their necks. It seems like a cycle of violence that won't end.
Well, I would say it's a sign of respect. A sign of, oh, don't do that. It's a sign of, well, neck breaking. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're up here, I wanted to give you this.
Hold on, I want to take off my, okay, yeah.
This is my ski pass.
Oh.
This is my driver's license.
Oh.
This is my gift card to Applebee's. I swore it off. I got diarrhea. I got food poisoning. I got that thing where when you have chicken fingers, I started to see through time at a rate that can only be mine now. So I am going on a journey through time and space. My skis are actually the transportation device.
Scene right there. Very nice job. Oh, round of applause for Kelly and Jeremy into the camera. That's what we need. We are performers. We need constant affirmative validation. It is our oxygen, and we need that, and we can't survive without it. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we would do, the type of thing that would be going on. Let's do one more. Let's do one more scene. So let's talk with Charlene. Can you unmute yourself? Hi, Charlene.
Hi.
Hi. Now I'm going to ask you, where you're from, where you work, and if you're going to be like, I'm the chairman of reElivate, or I'm the chairwoman of reElivate, I'm going to lose my mind. How much leadership does this company has? All right,
I am not.
Okay, good. Charlotte, where are you from?
I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I'm with 110.
110. And what is 110?
We do meetings and incentive programs, corporate events.
Okay, great. Lovely. I love your backdrop there. It's very nice. Very good. So let's do this, okay? Charlene, what's going to happen is we're going to do a scene, and during the course of the scene, I'm going to freeze the actors, okay? And we're going to get more input from people, and we're going to see how they respond with the new information, okay? So to get ourselves started off, Charlene, did you pick up any kind of hobby or anything over the course of the pandemic, like knitting or something like that?
Netflix. I don't know if that's a hobby, but.
I think it's the best hobby in the world, Charlene. Right. I think it absolutely is a hobby. Why can't that be a hobby? Right? That's a hobby. I love it. Is there any one particular show on Netflix that you're like, oh, this was my show?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot to try and think of something.
Like I really got into the French show Call My Agent. So any show, something like that.
Well, the Bridgerton, that comes out. It was a really popular one.
Okay, great. So we're going to take the idea, maybe Bridgerton will be into it, but we're going to take the idea of Netflix, and periodically I'm going to freeze the scene, and I'm going to come to the audience to just get new suggestions. So the idea of Netflix to start off.
Oh. Someone's been watching Bridgerton without me.
Listen, it was only one time.
One time? How many episodes, though?
Freeze! Okay, so we've started here, right? And somebody has been watching Bridgerton without it. But it hasn't been one time. Not at all. Let's go. Shayna, how many times has she been watching Bridgerton? So, Shayna, how many times has she been watching Bridgerton without him?
5.
Yeah, 5. That's a good, is that a prime number? I don't even know. Yeah,
it's the best episode.
Oh, it is the best episode. Okay, 5 times. Go ahead.
Okay, no, you're right.
I've got my own app for Netflix here, and it's showing that you're just watching the same episode over.
Yeah, okay, it's the sexy one.
The whole show's sexy. How is one episode?
One episode is sexier than the other.
Why? I haven't seen it yet. Now
Freeze. Yes, this episode is sexier than the others, but it's not in a way, I'm going to ask why is it sexier, but it's not in the obvious way. It's not in terms of exposing skin or anything of that nature. It's sexy because of a reason that you would never expect it to be sexy. So let's go to Lex. What makes this episode sexier than all the others in a way that you would never expect?
In a way that you would never expect?
Yeah.
There's a lot of close-up camera angles on people's faces.
Yes, there's nothing sexier than a close-up camera angle on somebody's face. You're right, Lex. Let's see that.
What do you mean you've been doing it without me?
Well, I'm trying to tell you, okay? There's a lot of things that I wanted to see, pores, deep pores.
How dare you? This was supposed to be our show.
Well, it's like when you didn't want to watch Dr. Pimple Popper with me, okay? There's something that I'm into, and it's skin, it's dermatology, it's all of it.
You disgust me.
No.
Scene. We'll end it right there. Oh, I would have loved to see more and where it was going to go, but again, this is a free demonstration. You can't give it all away, right? You know how it is. So that kind of gives you an idea of what an improvisational scene would look like.
Okay.
And of course, there are many, many different ways that we structure it. As I was saying earlier, we would also, from your organization, you would fill out what we call a questionnaire. So we would get background information that we would work into the show. And so that's kind of how it works. So you do have input, so it is customizable. And that's kind of who we are. At this point, as we're coming up right on towards the end of this, I will open it up. Are there any questions at all of me, of Improv Asylum, be it the training, shows, anything else? Does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask? Clarification, anything? You don't have to. I'm not going to feel too bad if you don't have questions. All right. Good.
I have a question.
Well, oh yeah, please.
So what is the length, like, can you do shorter episodes, like 30 minutes, or what is it, like the time frame that you like?
I would love to say, Charlene, that no, I'm an artist and I need 45 minutes to get, yeah, absolutely, right? You know, we're used in many, many different ways. You know, we're used for 30-minute shows. There are times when we're used interstitially, where we can come in and we can do a scene or do some things, come back later on, do some more. It's very customizable in that way. It's really about how we fit into your event, ultimately, because we understand that it is your event and it needs to fit in. In terms of the virtual stuff, I recommend that you don't go longer than about 50 minutes on a virtual show. On a real life show, we usually say 60 minutes is the good number. I found that in the virtual stuff, you need to shrink that down just a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely, we can do 30 minutes, 15 minutes. If you want to pay me to say hi, I will do that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Other questions at all like that, logistically or anything like that? Good. All right, well then, I will wrap it up there and saying that you know who we are. And please, if you're interested in any more information about who we are, what we do, please reach out to the entire staff at reElivate. They all seem to be here. Just, you know, ring up the CEO and be like, hey, dude, John, what can we do here? He'll take your call. Because that's what good CEOs do. So you can go to reElivate.com. Certainly, you know, take a look at our stuff. I do know personally that they have a lot of really great and fun things that they're doing. So check out all of their offerings. From a vendor standpoint, being on my end of it, they have really been great to work with. So I can vouch for it, at least on that they are not treating their artists poorly, which, you know, that says something, right? So that's a really good thing, right? So it's really good stuff. We hope that you have a great rest of the day, and we will all be hanging out at Peyton's Winnipesaukee Beach House for Bike Week. We'll see you there.